Greetings, YouTube. Happy Monday. It is a new content week, and that means usually something worth discussing. Of course, Necropolis drops Wednesday, so that's where the hype is this week. The Monday is kind of taking a step back in hype, but normally we anticipate something to talk about. And yes, we do have 10 lucky 10,000 unit winners on, speaking of November 15th, Wednesday, when Necropolis drops. So November 15th marks the in-game release of Necropolis. Throwing a launch party to celebrate. Live, twitch.tv/kabam at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on November 15th to give summoners a sneak peek into the creation of this hard-as-nails in-game content. Now, hard-as-nails means their goal is to have 0 easy paths for anyone to do, even though I think as a community, just like the Abyss, we will identify the easiest path. Now, just know, and my skills are not great, it took me over 100 revives worth of one pass with the Abyss, and I did not do anything after that. And it's just personally how I wanted it to go. You do not want to miss this probably once-in-a-lifetime giveaway. Giveaways, guests, good vibes, and I'm sure Kabam Jax will be hosting this. Okay, so what about the limited time offer today? Well, what do you know? We have 2 different things to discuss. We do have the 79-cent Marvel's Crystal Bundle. I think technically this is older than 3 days, but for 79 cents, it's probably going to be three stars, but still, when you get a 3-star for the equivalent of like 25 cents American, 26 cents, hard to beat that. But the Paragon Crystal Bundle is really what we're going to talk about today. And before Cyber Week, this is the second best offer we have ever seen for this item, but it's the number 1 offer in terms of the bonus. So the only thing better than this is we saw once $14.99, so $5 cheaper than this. Got 1 Tier 3 Alpha and 1 Tier 6 Basic for Paragon players, and that was the equivalent of $7.50 per item. Now this is $5 more, but for $5 you get 6 Tier 2 Alpha and 2 Tier 5 Basic. Now, would you prefer that this costs 15 instead of 20? Probably. But this is still at least a minimum of a B grade offer, and you can buy 4 of them, which means for less than an Odin, $80, you can take up any 6-star to rank 4, or if you already have some Catalyst in your inventory, like I do, and yes, Tier 6 class Catalyst are going to factor heavily into this, you have a chance to take that 6-star to rank 5. And let's just say we're talking about somebody that I do eventually want to take to rank 5. You need 6 Tier 3 Alpha and 6 Tier 6 Basic. But I'm going to counter that because it's Monday, we're going to do something fun. We're going to go to the Alliance store in this new one, and we're going to purchase, I now do 6 tiers of this each. 6 Tier 6 Basic Catalyst tiers and 6 Tier 3 Alpha tiers. And that is the equivalent of what you're seeing for $20, but for no cash. So that is really where it's hyped up. You also notice I have 36,000 trophy tokens. And so I'm going to go to the Battleground store, and I am going to buy out the new week of Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic. And now that I've done that, this is basically the equivalent of Kabam saying you just spent $20 worth, which is kind of amazing. Now I'm down to 16,000 trophy tokens, but in the meantime, my catalysts, I now have 4.5 Tier 6 Basic and 5.5 Tier 3 Alpha. I've got one discrepancy because in the limited time store, the next week for the Catacombs, I'm going to purchase the Paragon Basic Catalyst Bundle and get up to 5. So that's the counter argument on this Monday for why you wouldn't purchase this. And then, of course, the second counter argument is a week from Friday is Cyber Week sales, which will be giving away these items at just basement bargain level prices. And for Valiant players, I'm sure the cost of those will be even more ridiculous. I mean, you could look at seriously some unit offers that have them for as cheap as $5 a piece if they stick with the original formula they started on July 4th sales. So all in all, I'd give this a solid B. I think it is the second best and cheapest offer we've seen. If you want to do a rank up this week and you need the items, I approve the purchase. But if you don't, wait a couple weeks. You'll get a way better value for your cash. And that's why I record these videos, to save you as much money as possible. Have a great rest of your week. Thanks for watching.